What a great clash this is. What a superb clash of styles we have here. Alfredo Santiago, the hard hitting, switch hitting, unorthodox, modern day drunken style master, against Hendri Cedenos, the man who comes forward, hits you with everything. Either you go or he goes, one or the other. And that is the reason why this is a great fight on stylistic on paper. Now with Santiago, we know how he fights. He's very unorthodox. He throws some weird angles, but he varies the way he throws. Sometimes they're short, scuffing, 60-70% landed shots, and sometimes he fully loads up with them shots, and it is night for his opponent, a bit like if you're Pedro Campos, for example. Where this fight is a great fight for this reason. You'll see here with the first knockdown, the way he baited him into it, the way he was just throwing unorthodox jab, right, left hook. But you'll see this is the key where he fakes the right hand and then comes with a left hook, because he's not expecting the other left hook and the right hand volley to follow up. You know, he creates these traps, although you might think he's just one of these fighters where he just fights whoever in a certain sort of manner. No, there's a trick to his mastery. There are skills and method to his madness, which he summarizes very perfectly in his last 3-4 fights, which he's won in a row. Where you can tell the old Devin Haney fight was beneficial to him where he lost, because you can see the way his jabs improved. He's definitely learned from Devin by making Fierro miss and landing 4, 5, 6 jabs in a row and then firing the right hand. And then when Fierro's work on the inside, he's smothering his work. Where you'll see again with Santiago, although he switched stance there, again using that jab, making him bait and then throw that counter left hand where he's about to fire but he just can't. And then by that time he circles around and miss. Where that Devin Haney fight, that loss, was probably the biggest lesson Santiago could have in his career, because he's probably put himself in probably the top 15 of most sanctioned bodies, and now he could be up there after a few wins as a potential world title shot again, which is something where if you've seen after he fought Devin Haney, you think no chance he would, but he's rapidly and steadily improved. And I don't think, if I'm completely honest, I don't think he would give a bad account of himself. So I think he'll give it a good go. I believe he'll beat the Jermaine Ortiz, the Steve Claggets, and he'll give like the Keyshawn's, the Teofimos, the Shakur's a good run for her money. But do I think he'll beat them? No. But I do believe there could be a potential champion where if he did move up to like a 147 to welterweight, although it depends on his weight category and how well he could do at the weight, because obviously he's a 135, 140 fighter. If he could move up to welterweight, no problem. Lewis Crocker would be a great fight for him, because he could easily win a world title there. Where if we break down Hendri Cedenos, for example, you'll see here he lands them left hooks, but he throws out unorthodox angles. He also switches, but he's a bit more technical, but he gets caught more on the inside than Santiago. Where Hendri Cedenos, he likes to tee up, he likes to throw them lead uppercuts and hooks. Although because he has a shorter reach, it's natural for him to throw them wider shots, and the straighter shots are a bit more less reliant. But on a defensive basis, Hendri Cedenos smokes him in that department. You'll see from this little spell here that I slowed down against Israel Taylor, you'll see he misses with that jab, throws them 2, 3, 4 hooks, comes out the right hand, all he does is lean back, shoulder rolls and misses. But he can get caught like that. When he's throwing, he gets caught with them straight shots, which he's very reluctant to throw in himself. But he can throw away them wide hooks and when he's got them on the back foot. But it depends on how you fight, how you are on the back foot. Because again, when these prospects, people overhype these prospects where they look amazing on the front foot against low level opposition. When you put them on the back foot, that's when you see that real dog in them, that real heart, that real fight they have in them. And I do believe Cedenos has that. And I do believe he is someone that has a lot of potential in this game, but he needs to polish up on a few of his skills. He needs to polish up a bit more offensively and tighten up a bit more of his work and mix it. But on the other hand, when you have a Santiago, for example, you need to pick your punches, because the way he's firing off like this against Santiago, he'll make you miss, because again, he comes from weird angles, unorthodox. That is the sort of fighter which you don't want to fight. And there's a reason why Floyd said Emmanuel Augustus was the hardest fight of his career, where he has a similar style in that fashion. Now, another reason I probably would say, in my opinion, that Cedenos, as good as he is defensively, he struggles offensively. He's too textbook, he's too conventional, where he needs to relax on his punches, where sometimes he's a bit too tentative and a bit too over-eager. Where this is, although it's one of the keys of my fight, that I would say, textbook conventional boxing, but don't overdo it. Utilize your basics. Work the body from the first. because while he's on the move, that body won't move. And then don't bite on the feints, because if you bite on the feints when he throws that right hand, he feints with the left hook, it's going to be night for you, because you're not going to see them short snappy hooks coming. Where with Santiago, utilize that drunken style, bait that right hand like I said for leaping hooks, because a lot of fighters like Pedro Campos and Fierro, they struggle to read it because it's not something that they naturally prepare for. And repetitive jabs and mix a combo, because you have that reach, you can mix the combos with that jab by using it to just throw doubles or triples, or them big boy combos. Now, pair of them are top fighters. Cedenos, Olympian, top amateur. Santiago, seasoned veteran, done it the hard way through the small hall shows in South America. But I do believe experience and seasoned fighting beats all. You can box 3 rounds, 3-2, 3-3-minute rounds, depends on if you're Olympics or just normal ABA or Golden Gloves or whatnot. But when it comes to the pros, when it comes to the big boy business, it all changes. A bit like where over here in the United Kingdom, where people like Fraser Clark, Pat McCormack, solid fighters who just don't gaff the gas tank for 12 rounds because they're used to 3-round tear-ups. Where I do believe that will be a bit of a factor in this fight, and that's why I believe Santiago will bring him to deep waters. And I do believe his experience, his speed, his unorthodox, his awkwardness will get him over the line, hence why I will be backing him against Hendri Cedenos. Although I do believe Santiago will win, I don't think it'll be one-sided. I think it'll be very competitive. I think it could be a close fight on the cards, but I do believe whether it's a stoppage or points, Santiago will have that extra bit of quality. And that is all for today. Hope you enjoyed this video and this fight breakdown. Please like, subscribe, and as always, this ain't financial advice. This is going to be what I'm going to be backing based off my own research and understanding.